I'm back. It has been a little under a year since I put a video out on Island Films Automotive, and I apologize. It has been an absolutely crazy year. A lot has changed. We have new digs. I've been working on making these videos more quality, more professional, and all around more entertaining for you guys. But that's not the entire reason I've been gone. A lot has changed, but the biggest thing that's changed for me personally is how much money and time I'm able to spend on these videos. Now, the time part is completely on me. I'm just being lazy. But the money part is something that a lot of people are experiencing, especially in this day and age. I mean, if you've gone to the store, you know that the cost of living has skyrocketed. So why am I making a video about another mystery car when I can barely afford to build the Civic? Let's talk about it. One of the biggest problems I had with not only making automotive content, but with working on my car as a whole, was using it as a daily at the same time. I had to balance two projects in one car. I had to make it dailyable, but I also wanted to make it a race car. And that to me was such a conflict that it was hard to even make content on it because I didn't want to record on top of doing all of this maintenance and all of this work to make it a daily. Now, I'm not saying skip out on your maintenance, do your maintenance, but having a daily driver would increase the quality of life for me because I no longer had to worry about getting something fixed within the weekend before I had to go to work. So that got me on this road of how can I find the cheapest daily driver? Should I buy a Toyota Corolla, or should I make a video on it? Should I make a series on it? And you guys are here, so you know what my answer was to that question. But I wanted to do it smart. I wanted to do it where I wasn't spending an asinine amount of money on parts for a car that I was just going to use to get back and forth. Now, between you and me, I'm still kind of doing that, but I wanted to do it in a way where it was feasible, where it was financially responsible, and hopefully this series kind of shows you guys that it is possible to have two cars. It is possible to build your race car and have a daily driver that's cool. Now, my definition of cool is a little bit different than others, but I think you guys are really going to enjoy what I picked out. Now, you saw in the title, it is a wagon. Now, what kind of wagon is it? Well, you guys are about to find out. Enjoy the video. This is a 2004 Audi A6 Avant. It has the 3-liter V6, the 5-speed automatic. It's not pretty. It was cheap. And this whole series, if you can't tell by the title, is about building a clean wagon on a budget. So to start off, this is mine. I got it in December of 2024 for $1,000 from a good friend of mine. I've done a lot of things to this car in the 4 months, it's April now, to make sure it's at least safe to drive to work every day. So a couple of those things include rear brakes. They were the lowest pads and the rustiest rotors, so I assumed let's just do those first. Still didn't work, so I decided to do a brake flush at work. That helped a little bit. It didn't do as much as I wanted it to do. So we'll get to the fix hopefully today, later in the video. Another thing that I did immediately was get new tires on these 16-inch wheels. I went with some Yokohama all seasons. They performed valiantly in the winter. They did very well. That was really all I did safety-wise. Another maintenance thing I did was throw a PCV valve in, and I totally was going to film that, but it ended up being, well, an Audi project and took way longer than I expected it to, so that filming kind of went kaput. I needed to record this video, but it is allergy season, so that's why I sound all nasally, so apologies for that. But let's get into the tour. All right, guys, so let's begin with the interior. It's your standard 04 German interior, courtesy, crayon smell included. This thing, for what it's worth, is pretty clean, but we got a couple things we gotta talk about. Don't want to talk about that. What the hell's going on right here? This car was actually my buddy's, and he got it with the transmission just not shifting at all. So he assumed that the transmission just went out, but it turns out that this little box right here went kaput because the sunroof seals were leaking into the cabin and it fried that TCM. So he found a replacement TCM, threw it in, wired it up, and never put it back together because, well, it looks like a pain in the ass. But another really great thing about this Avant, it's very well optioned, I think. I actually couldn't find the build sheet to tell you. The biggest thing for me that I wanted in a new daily was all-wheel drive. And the next biggest thing was heated seats. Another thing that I find really cool is it actually comes with steering wheel buttons. Another cool thing is it actually has memory seating. Now I haven't even messed with this yet just because this whole door handle is, it's kind of broken. Everything else you have standard here. There's nothing out of the ordinary. Sponsor me. You got the nice wood interior, which looks really nice. Now tan obviously is not my favorite. I prefer a black interior, but to be honest with you, it's been growing on me. It's a nice summertime daily. We'll get into that a little bit later, but the lighter texture in here doesn't really bother me as much as it used to. However, I'll be trying to convert as much as I can of this interior to black. Like I said, this is the daily. This isn't a project car. However, it is kind of working up to be one, but we'll get to that in a second. All right, another really cool thing about this car is right here. Rear heated seats. Are you f***ing kidding me? In a 2004, let me remind you, in a 2004, this thing's got rear heated seats. This thing, to me, is pimp. The rear heated seats work. The driver's side heated seat works. My girlfriend has told me that the passenger side doesn't work as well, so we're gonna have to fix that because passenger princess, very important. The only other comfort of life thing that doesn't work is ironically the heat. Now, you guys may not know this, I don't know if I've talked about it in a previous video, but the Honda's heat works fantastic, but the AC does not. And in this, the heat does not work. It needs a new heater core, but the AC is phenomenal. So this car was meant to be like a winter beater, a beater with a heater, you know, something that I can drive around in the snow, not worry about it. It's got quattro, it's got nice tires, and no, the heat actually doesn't work. So I was layered up this winter using this heated seat to its maximum potential, but I tell you what, this thing was more than capable. It got to work when some people didn't, so I cannot complain. I will layer up and drive with a heated seat over driving the Civic in some of this Nebraska snow. Enough with the interior, let's look at the exterior and let's look at under the hood. All right, so real quick, let's just talk about the wheels. These are 16-inch 5-spoke wheels. These are the OEM ones that came with the car. They're very ugly. We're gonna get to this later. The front brakes we obviously need to repair. We're also gonna get to that later. But looking at the exterior, you can tell it's just a little rusty. All right, it's not that bad, I promise you. This A6 Avant is Ming Blue. It's the 3-liter, like I said earlier. You know, had to rep. Obviously, we have the standard A6 trunk here. It's not a bad looking vehicle. The paint is a little rough, as you can see from here. But to be honest with you, it's mostly just dirty right now. I mean, it's pretty freaking clean. Got a big patch cancer right here. But and then of course you have the front end, pretty standard. These we're gonna switch out for some Euro spec clear lenses, get rid of this orange reflector and, you know, make it look pretty. Now you're gonna ask me, why did I buy a 3-liter A6 when I could have bought a 4.2-liter or bought an A4 with the 1.8? That's a great question, and I have the stupidest answer you're gonna hear. I didn't want to deal with turbo problems, and this thing was $1,000. I'm not gonna turn down a $1,000 wagon because it doesn't have the engine I want. I mean, I think that's a little silly. It comes with a V6. Knock on a shitty Audi, it's been very reliable for me thus far. I very rarely see someone building a 3-liter V6, and believe me, these are not for power. But as a daily or as a show car, I don't see the problem with running a 3-liter. It's got 220 horsepower. It's not fast, but it's also not unbelievably slow. So, you know, why not? Let's tinker with a 3-liter. Let's make some videos on it. And I mean, it looks good in the bay. It's a very good looking engine. You have your V6 here, you have your Audi logo here, you have the red coil packs down here. I mean, it's a very good looking engine. It's just, you cannot make power. They don't sound good. The only thing that these things have is a cosmetically pleasing look to it when it's inside the engine bay. Other than that, well, there's not really much going on. But let's talk about some of the maintenance things that we have to do. Obviously, it's an Audi, it's leaking oil in multiple places. We already repaired the PCV right here, and it's kind of dark back there, but another part broke, so we have to go back down there and replace it at some point. We also replaced the battery because it was constantly dying, so shout out Troy, you'll see him in a bit. Your filters, your cabin filter up there. Obviously we changed the oil, but it's probably all leaked out now, so we're gonna check that. But honestly, for what we're dealing with here, this is actually very clean, very maintained A6 Avant. This car was $1,000. So even if this thing wasn't maintained as good as it was, I would probably still have bought it and dealt with all the problems. Let's talk about some that this one has. The biggest thing that is annoying is it's got an exhaust leak at what I believe to be the cats. So we're gonna have to get new cats. We're also gonna have to get a new carrier bearing. If you've ever had a carrier bearing fail on a car, it is very annoying when you're going from like 20 to 30 miles an hour, especially on this car. Another thing that we need to replace desperately is suspension. And I'm saying suspension as a whole because it needs to be replaced as a whole. I can't name one bushing that's actually surviving this car. So that being said, we're gonna do coilovers, we're gonna do tie rods, we're gonna do sway bars, we're gonna do the whole works. Everything that goes into a suspension, we're gonna replace, or at least try to. But we're gonna see, it's gonna be fun. No, it's not. I'm kidding, it's not gonna be fun at all. But we have to get it done for the sake of the daily. But let's get to the point of this video. We're actually getting some cool stuff, and we're gonna be fixing the front brakes with parts from FCP Euro. I went and purchased some 2012 Audi A4, A5 wheels from a really cool guy on Marketplace. He gave me a smoking deal for the full set. Came with Continentals. However, I had to replace one due to some severe dry rot. So I'm a little concerned about how the ride quality is gonna be because we're going from a 16-inch, it's a 215 by 45, okay? And then these 245 by 40, and they're an 18-inch wheel. But I think they're gonna look freaking sweet paired up with the Ming Blue on the Avant. All right, let's open up the box. Okay, so we got a bunch of brake parts for the front. I'm trying to do everything to eliminate the brake pedal not going down as much as I want. Got the Bosch Quiet Cast pads in here, and then we have our retaining clips. I bought some new caliper bolts just because I wanted to make sure I had everything just in case something was wrong. Another retaining clip here, and another retaining clip here. So I guess the Quiet Cast actually came with them. And then of course we have the actual rotors in here, which are heavy. Open please. Now it looks like they actually came pre-coated, which is really cool. So you won't have to coat them with any primer or anything like we did on the rears. So that saves us some time. And before you guys ask, we are gonna be getting some Nova content this year as well. I'm actually going to get the headers powder coated, and after that, we're gonna be doing a couple other maintenance things, putting the interior together, welding it, and hopefully getting it on the road this year. I think that'd be a pretty good timeline, but of course, stuff comes up, and I also bought an Audi, so we'll see what happens. But now we are going to lift the wagon up, take the front wheels off, and get started on these brakes. I'm gonna try and get all of this taken care of pretty fast. We can throw the wheels on and see how they look. All right, I got myself some gloves. The last time I wore gloves working on a car is when I was a technician. So I figured we might as well get into it. We should get back into the habit, and we should get some gloves on while we work on this piece of shit. Huh?
Aren't very fast doing that.
Shut up. All right, so the sun's beating down on us now, but I just want to show you guys here. Look at how crusty these are. Nasty. Look at that. You know, we peel rust off the top here. The rest of this car, you can see that the actual struts, they're Bilsteins, which is freaking sweet, but they're absolutely rusty right here. And the boots are torn off. Everything about this is just nasty. You can see all of these bushings here. It's just all trash. Everything here is just trashed up. This is a 200,000 mile wagon. I don't know if I mentioned that. This thing has 200,000 miles on it. All right guys, so I got the brakes off. We're gonna clean up this hub a little bit to get the rust off, but look at this disgustingness. No wonder my brakes weren't working. I had like, what is that, 2 inches? I mean, that's a lot of braking, but still, like, compared to our other rotor that we're gonna be throwing on, the amount of surface that our pad was actually working on the backside, I mean, look at that. Now look, compared to the fronts don't look as bad. You know what I mean? Like, okay, there's a little bit of a lip and we're replacing them anyway, but flipping this rotor around and seeing this definitely gives me good hope that our brakes are actually gonna be working now. So let's clean that up and let's throw the new ones on. Looks good.
Do you want your part back?
Hmm?
Do you want your part back?
I'll take this part back.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks.
Yes. Do you have another one?
Okay, so we got the new brakes on here. It looks a lot better than it did. As you can see, we even got the ones with the brake pad sensor, which is nice. We replaced the pads. We obviously replaced the rotor. It looks a lot less rusty. And then we also replaced the retaining clip. I got caliper bolts thinking maybe I'd need them, but to be honest with you, the other ones were still, they look new to be honest with you. So we're gonna run them. If there's any problems, then of course we'll swap them out. But one thing that I do see is we're gonna have to replace the actual brake hose. This right here, you can see it's, there we go, it's starting to crack there. So that's definitely gonna be on our list of things to replace here in the near future. All right, so that is the driver's left side. The driver's right side is the same thing. If there's anything crazy that happens, obviously I'll record it, but I'm gonna do that side really quick, get it done, and then hopefully we'll be throwing the wheels on here. Enough ranting. Let's go throw the other side on. Okay guys, so we finally did it. We got the brakes on, we have the new wheels on, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure if I'm rocking with the fitment. I knew it was gonna be monster truck, but I don't know, with the lower profile. How about this? You guys just tell me what you think in the comments. If I should switch them back to stocks, I think I'll do that. But if you guys are rocking with the 18-inch wheels, then I'll keep the 18-inch wheels on. Obviously, we're gonna be lowering the car eventually. We're also going to be getting different wheels, maybe some rotiforms, we'll see. But without further ado, let me show you guys the brand new wheels. So what do you guys think? Should we rock with the 16-inch wheels or should we go with the 18-inch wheels? You guys let me know. Whatever you guys comment, that's probably what I'll do because I'm really on the fence. I don't know if I like them or not. But yeah, that is all for this video. Like I said earlier, we're going for a more quality over quantity vibe. So I'm definitely gonna take my time with these videos and make sure that they're as good as possible, as quality as possible. So yeah, whenever we get more parts for this thing, I'm gonna make a second episode to this budget build, and then we will see you guys then. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you guys in the next one.